Welcome back to our guest docket where Mike and I will be interviewing our guest, Phil Heimlich. Phil, do me a favor. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family life, your hobbies.
I grew up in New York. My father moved here in 1969 when he became the director of surgery at the Jewish Hospital when it was out on Burnett Avenue. Never went to school in Cincinnati. I served a 3-year sentence at a boys' boarding school in Connecticut. Went to Stanford University for my undergraduate, University of Virginia Law School. I was a prosecutor for 9.5 years, then I got into politics. Hobbies, you being a college football referee will appreciate this, Darryl. I love to watch college football, like to watch college basketball, like to watch my kids play sports. That's enough to take up my time.
That's wonderful.
Tell us a little bit about what caused your interest in practicing law and then going from law into public service.
I always had a kind of interest, it sounds kind of trite, but in justice. I really did. I always had that kind of compassion for people who were victims of crime, and that's what really got me interested in being a prosecutor and in being in politics. And I always enjoyed my time in the prosecutor's office. I felt I helped a lot of people. There were some cases that I truly spent years of my time on the side investigating, where there was one builder who had ripped off about 30, 40 homeowners of everything they had, and he operated in different jurisdictions, so the cops couldn't never realize the scam, and I just investigated on my own for about 2 years, and I was able to eventually convict him and send him away for quite a long time. That kind of thing really drove my passion for victims of crime, and that led to my running for city council and for ultimately county commission. So they kind of tie together. It's sort of a desire to help people, and I think right some wrongs, that kind of thing.
Do you think that your criminal background, being in the prosecutor's office, your legal background helped you when you were on city council and with the Hamilton County Commissioner's office?
Yeah, it definitely helped being a prosecutor, because I had a certain level of respect when it came to criminal justice issues that the others didn't have, because I understood the criminal justice system. Like the Cincinnati Enquirer, at least when it was a little more conservative, you remember when we had Pete Bronson and some other great, really good people on the editorial board, kind of had a rapport with me and always referred to me as a former prosecutor when they would do an editorial. I'm the one, by the way, you might remember, who introduced the teen curfew, which was very controversial when it was introduced, but became quite popular. I started the Citizens on Patrol program, which is now in 40, 50 neighborhoods in the city. And I also passed restrictions which keep sexually oriented businesses out of the city. You'll notice that we don't have porn shops like they do in a lot of other cities. All that is what I accomplished on city council, and having that background in the justice system, I think, gave me some credibility to get those things done.
Well, I think, I started as a prosecutor, and Darryl worked in the court system, and unless you are actually involved in the court system to some extent, you just cannot understand the incredible volume of crime that comes through there and how difficult a job the police officers have.
Yeah, absolutely, no question.